Number 69 says, which of the following is not a function? Remember, for it to be a function, the x cannot repeat. If you look at A, you have a line. And if you do the line test, the x will never repeat. So A is obviously going to be a function. If you look at B, you have 1, 2, 3, and 5. None of them repeated, so B is also a function. If we look at C, it shows a line coming out of the 0, which means your coordinate is 0, but there's only one of them, and it actually goes to the 2, which for those of you that don't know, that means it's 0, 2. And then it has one coming out of the 1, and it goes to the 3, which means 1, 3. But then you have another one coming out again, and it goes to the 4, which is 1, 4. And as you can see, you have two x's that repeat, so C is not a function. Go ahead and flip the paper over. Try number 69 on your own. Number 70 says the fast car repair shop charges a $25 fee, which is just a one-time fee, so that's why you add plus 25. Go ahead and flip it over. Do number 70 on your own. Number 71 says a glass jar of jelly is shaped like a cylinder. The jar has a height of 8 inches and a base of the diameter of 4 inches. There's 3 inches of grape jelly left in the jar shown below. Which of the following is closest to the volume of the grape jelly in the jar? All right, we want to start off by writing the formula for the volume. Okay, remember that the big B stands for the area of the base, which for a cylinder is the area of a circle. So instead of the big B, you're going to put pi r squared. Multiply that by the height of the whole cylinder. All right, you got pi. Our radius is 2 because it's half of the diameter. It just wants to know the grape jelly, so we're not going to use the 8 as a height. We're just going to use the height of the grape jelly, which is 3. And that's going to give you the volume of the jelly. When you put in the calculator, that rounds off to about 37.70, which for this problem, that would round off to G as in girl, which is 38 inches squared. Cubed. Go ahead and try number 71 on your own. Number 72 says Mrs. Robinson owns a large daycare center. She's required to have one supervisor, for every 4 trainees. If she currently has 3 supervisors and 20 trainees, what is the minimum number of additional supervisors she must hire? Okay, so we want to know how many supervisors she needs for 20 trainees. She needs 1 supervisor for every 4. So you want to know how many does she need for 20. You can cross multiply and divide if you want. 20 times 1 is 20. Divide that by 4 gives you 5. So we need 5 supervisors. Supers. And right now we have 3, so obviously we just subtract that. 5 minus 3 means we need 2 more supervisors. So for number 72, your answer is C as in cat. Let's do number 72 on your own. Number 73 says the diagonal of a rectangle rug is about 11 feet. Which pair of dimensions is closest to the length and the width of the rug? We have 8 feet 6 inches, which is the same as 8.5 feet. And then we have 6.6 inches, which is the same as 6.5 feet. Okay, for this problem, you want to use the Pythagorean theorem. So you want to know, does 8.5 squared plus 6.5 squared, does that equal about 11 squared? Okay, 8.5 times 8.5 gives you about 72.25. 6.5 times 6.5 gives you 42.25. And then 11 times 11 gives you 121. So go ahead and add the 72.25 plus 42.25 and see how close that gets you to 121. It actually gives you 114.5. So because those two do not equal, A cannot be your answer. Okay, let's go ahead and try B. You have 7.5 squared plus 4.5 squared. It has to equal 11.5 squared, or at least get real close to it. 7.5 squared gives you 56.25. 4.5 squared gives you 20.25. Add those together and see if it gives you the 121. It doesn't get you anywhere near it, so you know B is not your answer. For C, we have 6 feet 3 inches, which is 3 out of 12 inches. And then you have 5 and 9 inches, which is 9 out of 12 inches as well. We can go ahead and change those to a decimal if you wanted to, which would give me 1/4. So 6.25 times 6.25. That's going to give me about 39.06. Then 9/12 gives you 75. So it's 5.75 times 5.75. Gives you about 33.06. And of course, that's nowhere near the 121, so C cannot be your answer. Okay, so when we square the 6.25, it gives us 39.06. 9 times 9 gives us 81. We add those two together, gives us 120.06, which obviously, as you can see, is very close to 121, so that's why D was your answer. All right, go ahead and do number 73 on your own, and then you're done. Just don't forget that for number 73, your Pythagorean theorem equation is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And that's going to be on your reference chart. It's not something you have to memorize for the STAAR test. All right, we are done.